And coming up on Live at 6, Citrus TV sat down with Chief Facilities Officer Pete Sala. Learn the details behind the decision to knock down homes along Ostrom Avenue.
And the transcript from President Trump's phone call is now public. Our Jack Watson is here with the big details you need to know next.
And Parliament is back in session in the UK. What are the next steps forward for Brexit? Citrus TV News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Citrus TV has learned why the university has taken down houses along Ostrom Avenue. Good evening, I'm Amber McElrath.
And I'm Jenna Bree. Citrus TV reporter Ricky Sayer joins us in studio to tell us what SU's Chief Facilities Officer has to say. Ricky?
Thanks, guys. We literally just wrapped up an interview with Pete Sala. We're trying to figure out why, what is happening with that demolition, as well as some other answers. And we learned it's kind of all connected to that student housing survey that was sent to students yesterday. I'll explain how it's connected in a moment. But first, that question that is causing a lot of concern on campus. It asked Syracuse University students what they think of a 3-year on-campus housing requirement. Students we talked to had a quick answer. They did not like it. And then also,
now they were in such bad shape. They were being managed by somebody outside of the university. So we took the houses down, the ones that didn't have university departments in them.
So you heard right there from Pete Sala, because what we learned is that those Ostrom houses that were demolished weren't demolished just because the university knows they're going to build something there. Instead, it's all because those homes that were there were in very, very bad shape, and the university didn't want anyone to be in them. He didn't really give us much on why the university sent out that housing survey that'll help determine what will become of that space. Now, we also found out from Pete Sala about the one building that is still up on the Ostrom Avenue, that is the Daily Orange. We learned that the Daily Orange will be moving to 240 Euclid Avenue. That's what the university will be renovating in very soon. They'll be starting to renovate that. Amber, Jenna, back to you.
Thanks, Ricky. And this week, the Syracuse Crunch are practicing at the Tennessee Ice Pavilion on South Campus. The American Hockey League team normally plays and practices at the On Center, but the On Center just hosted a bull riding event, so they need a little time to make it into an ice rink again. The head coach of the SU women's ice hockey team is happy to have the Crunch on campus. He says it gives the players a chance to see how the pros practice.
The Barnes Center at the Arch is having an HPV clinic until 7 tonight. SU students can schedule an appointment online or call health services. The SU student health insurance plan covers the cost of the vaccine. Students with other insurance plans should bring their insurance card to the clinic.
So Jenna, it was gorgeous today, super warm. I really hope this nice sunny weather continues.
I agree. I really hope that it stays warm and sunny, but our Citrus TV weather anchor, Adam Sperling, is in studio. Adam, is it going to stay warm and is it going to stay sunny?
Short answer, no. Right now it is really nice out. It's quite sunny and it's about 72 degrees. The heat is going to stay pretty steady for the next couple of days. However, we are going to be seeing some rain tomorrow. But tonight rather, it's going to be about 61 degrees, dry and clear throughout the night. Temperatures will be staying high into tomorrow, as I teased. It will be raining through a lot of tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be staying above 60. There's going to be rain through the midday. Now in my full weather forecast, I'll have your rain planner for tomorrow.
Thanks, Adam. Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh says he wants to improve the accuracy of Syracuse property assessments. Expensive homes in Syracuse can sell for more than they are valued for. This means wealthier property owners are paying less in taxes than they should. Less expensive houses often sell for less than they are valued at. Walsh says he will make a plan to fix the assessments by early 2020. And a registered nurse is suspended after stealing more than 100 prescription painkillers from a Syracuse nursing home. Michelle Scallon admitted to stealing 3 different types of drugs back in 2017. She faced charges of mishandling prescription painkillers in the past. The state is suspending her nursing license for at least a year.
As several House Democrats call for the impeachment of President Trump, Central New York Congressman John Katko says he's waiting for, quote, the facts. The longtime Republican congressman says House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made a, quote, dramatic overstep in opening an impeachment inquiry. And another Central New York congressman is also opposing impeachment. Democrat Anthony Brindisi is calling for more information before an inquiry begins. The Utica congressman was elected last November, beating Republican Claudia Tenney.
And the latest on a shooting in Syracuse last night. Police are searching for a suspect who was heard firing a gun near Webster Avenue. No one was hurt during the incident, and police officers and the department's SWAT teams searched a Webster Avenue home. As a result, Webster and Warner Street closed. Authorities used a robot to scan buildings in their search for the gunman. And tonight, the Vera House will be hosting their annual silent auction gift reception at Lacey's Tapas Bar. The reception is called Nurturing New Beginnings, and all the gifts will be used for their gala in December. Items being auctioned off include theme baskets, gift cards, wine baskets, home accessories, and more. The auction is being held until 7 p.m. this evening, so you'll want to head to Lacey's soon. There will be complimentary tapas and a cash bar.
For the very first time, a military drone has flown out of a commercial airport here in the U.S. without an escort, and it's happening right here in Syracuse. Reaper attack drones are now flying out of Syracuse Hancock International Airport thanks to a new radar system. According to officials, the new system allows the drones to safely perform training missions in the Syracuse area without a manned escort. And the New York Health Department says the measles outbreak in Rockland County and parts of New York City is now over. The outbreak began just under a year ago. It infected more than 300 people. Officials say no new cases have been found in over a month. That's the typical time frame to be able to determine whether or not an outbreak is truly over.
An upstate New York tattoo artist is the newest ink master. Laura Watchholder won season 12 of the reality TV show last night. She won a $100,000 grand prize and will be featured in the tattoo magazine Inked. Watchholder competed against 17 other contestants this season and won the final round with her Japanese-style back tattoo. And coming up, we now have the transcript of the call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, what it says and what it means for the president.
Parliament is back in session after a ruling from the British Supreme Court. All that and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you eat stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Following Nancy Pelosi's announcement that she and House Democrats are pursuing an impeachment inquiry, President Trump responded by releasing the phone transcript of his call with the Ukrainian president.
Citrus TV's Jack Watson is here to break it all down. Jack?
Hey, thanks, guys. President Trump is not being impeached yet. That's an important distinction. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's announcement of an impeachment inquiry yesterday makes it a whole lot more likely. And now with today's release of the phone call transcript, President Trump is saying the Democrats are manufacturing a crisis. So let's break it all down. In late July, President Trump called the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. In that call, as evidenced by the transcript today, President Trump pressured the Ukrainian president to investigate political rival and 2020 candidate Joe Biden for Biden's son's business dealings in Ukraine. Now, the central allegation is that President Trump threatened to withhold congressionally authorized military aid to Ukraine unless they investigated Biden's son. Democrats are saying that this is an impeachable offense and that the centerpiece of their inquiry is basically that. The possibility that the president tried to trade military funds, which were already approved by Congress, for what basically amounts to a political favor. Now, the White House is denying that there was any sort of quid pro quo deal discussed, and they're pointing to the transcript they released today as evidence for that. But those on the left side of the aisle are already skeptical of the transcript, and they want to see the whistleblower complaint, which was unanimously approved by all 100 senators yesterday to be released and was delivered to Congress today.
So, Jack, what can we expect from Joseph McGuire's testimony tomorrow?
Yeah, Joe McGuire's testifying tomorrow. He's really only held his position for a little over a month, but he's already finding himself in this really big I'm not going to call it a scandal quite yet. Let's just call it, use a neutral word, we'll call it a quagmire. I think it's important to note that McGuire's position in this is really going to lay the foundation for what Democrats are going to try to, I guess, pursue in any kind of investigation that they might have into whether they should even pursue articles of impeachment.
And going off of that, what do you think Democrats will pursue moving forward?
Well, I think that this has a lot to do with, like I said, McGuire's testimony, but also what the whistleblower has to say. We don't know who the whistleblower is yet. We also don't know what the whistleblower's testimony specifically says. Everything, the specific language that comes out of that and any potential testimony that happens from that whistleblower is going to play a massive role in the fate of this presidency.
Jack, thank you so much.
And federal lawyers are supporting President Trump's effort to block a subpoena for his tax returns.
The prosecutors want time to consider the constitutional issues that come with the subpoena.
The support from federal prosecutors comes as Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance attempts to acquire the president's tax returns.
And the CEO of a popular e-cigarette company leaves his position.
Juul CEO Kevin Burns will no longer be with the company. The shakeup comes as lawmakers across the country address the health risks of vaping.
That includes New York State, where Governor Andrew Cuomo banned flavored e-cigarettes by executive order.
If you want to apply to work at McDonald's, all you need to do is ask Alexa. You can start an application by using voice commands with Amazon's Alexa or Google's Assistant.
After you ask Alexa, you will say what country you want to work in and give your phone number to continue the application process.
You can ask Alexa for a job at McDonald's in the US, Canada, and many other countries.
And the latest in the ongoing Brexit saga, British Parliament is back in session.
Yesterday, the British Supreme Court ruled that Prime Minister Boris Johnson's suspension of Parliament was unlawful. With the Brexit deadline sitting just over a month away, the House of Commons returned to debate the terms of Britain's departure from the EU.
The question at hand is whether or not the UK can reach a deal with the EU or face a hard no-deal Brexit on October 31st.
A report released by the United Nations says sea levels are going to rise faster than earlier predictions.
The report features work from more than 100 scientists from more than 30 countries. It says ice across the planet is melting quicker than expected.
The report means big cities could see major flooding as a result of climate change.
After a week of indecision and confusion following Israel's general election, Israel's president is giving Benjamin Netanyahu the chance to form the new government.
This comes after the race between Netanyahu and Benny Gantz finished in a virtual tie. The final results show Netanyahu won 55 parliamentary pledges to Gantz's 54.
Netanyahu's Likud party will now have to find a way to achieve 61 seats to hold a majority government.
And how you should plan for tomorrow's rain, and a look at your 5-day forecast. All this when we come back.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city.
Whoa!
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back. It's still about 72 degrees here in Syracuse. Temperatures, you can expect them to stay high overnight, up above about 60 degrees. It is also going to stay dry overnight. Let's take a look around central New York right now. Everyone's hovering at that 72 to 80 degree mark. Syracuse is actually one of our lowest, with Rome here at 72. Elmira is feeling the heat at 80 degrees. But taking a look back in Syracuse at your Thursday rain planner, you can expect no rain in the early morning, but when you get up to about 9 a.m. to about noon, you can expect some rain to be showering in and out throughout that time. It's going to be pretty clear by about 3 p.m. all the way through the end of the night. And let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. We're going to be seeing Friday, sunny all day, high of 74, low of 60. Really nice day overall. Saturday, some PM storms, high of 82, low of 55. Sunday, nice and cool. We're going to be seeing a low of about 52 degrees, but it is going to get up to above that 70 degree mark. And on Monday, we're going to be seeing some PM rain with a high of 76 and a low of 63.
Thanks, Adam. Car manufacturer Nissan has recalled over 1.2 million vehicles due to defective backup cameras. According to a letter from the company, the display settings on the recalled cars were mistakenly adjusted. The full list of affected vehicles includes popular models such as the Rogue and the Altima. Nissan will inform owners who can take their car to a dealer for a software upgrade.
And Wegmans will open the doors of its 100th store on Sunday. The Rochester-based supermarket chain will now be located in 7 states. The new store, located in Raleigh, will be the first Wegmans in North Carolina. 46 of the supermarket chain's stores are in New York, with 8 right here in the Syracuse area.
And coming up in sports, SU men's soccer traveled an hour down I-92 looking for a bounce-back victory. How did the Orange fare in last night's matchup with Colgate? And get you ahead in the game because basketball is back in Syracuse. Jim Boeheim's squad kicks off its preseason tonight. Don't go anywhere.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Tommy DeVito had a career day on the ground on Saturday against Western Michigan in the Dome. The redshirt sophomore had 85 rushing yards. He hadn't had more than 21 in a game before that explosion. DeVito also had his first rushing touchdown of the season. 4 more scores through the air for QB1, and 2 of those connected with the hands of Tristan Jackson. Jackson says that having multiple players able to reach the end zone, including the QB, was what opened up the team's offense.
It opens up the offense when we have players like Tommy. Teams don't really know that he can run, and when he take off, it opened up a lot of things. His run game, Monil, Abdul run game, and our pass game. So with a quarterback like that, it can open up the whole offense, and the offense can keep moving down the field.
DeVito completed 27 of 35 passes for 287 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. Dino Babers spoke after the game about seeing maturity in the young quarterback during Saturday's contest. Meanwhile, Jackson received ACC Receiver of the Week honors for his performance against the Broncos. 141 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, the redshirt junior is quickly becoming one of DeVito's favorite targets. Last night, Syracuse men's soccer traveled to Hamilton, New York to take on Colgate. Senior Massimo Ferrin scored the 2nd minute of play, netting his 3rd of the season. That was the only time either side would find twine. Syracuse continued to apply pressure but couldn't capitalize on opportunities. The early goal was all the Orange needed to secure a 1-0 victory over the Raiders. Sophomore goalie Christian Misch made 3 saves for his 2nd shutout of the season. Last night's win was the 500th in program history. Head coach Ian McIntyre was happy with the team's performance against a consistently tough opponent.
Look, to go on the road, get a clean sheet gives you a chance to win games. Look, we've got goals in this team. I know we probably should have had a couple more tonight, but that's our 2nd clean sheet, and we've had some real ding-dong battles with Colgate through the years. This is a team that's won the Patriot League the last 3 years. They're a team that's gone deep in the national tournament. It's a well-coached group, very committed, and you would have said beforehand a clean sheet coming here and getting a win, we'd have taken it.
And from the field to the court, basketball season is nearly upon us in Central New York. Syracuse men's basketball kicks off its first official preseason practice tonight, the first of 30 practices leading up to a highly anticipated matchup with Virginia in the Dome. The Orange will host the defending NCAA national champions on November 6th. Head coach Jim Boeheim enters his 44th season at the helm, and he looks to replace 4 starters off last season's team. One question that still needs an answer: who will replace Frank Howard at the point? Sophomore Jalen Carey, who appeared in 25 games last season, figures the likely choice to get first shot at the job. And both the men and women's cross-country teams are racking up ACC accolades. SU put up another strong showing this weekend at the coast-to-coast battle in Beantown. Senior Joe Dragon and transfer Amanda Vestry earned ACC men's and women's cross-country Performer of the Week, respectively. The Orange have now totaled 5 ACC Performer of the Week honors through the team's first 2 meets. And on the diamond, the Mets look to stay alive in the wild card race when they take on the Marlins tonight. The Amazons rallied a 5-4 victory last night to tie up the series with Miami. The Mets managed to stave off elimination with an 11th inning walk-off walk. 2018 Cy Young Award winner Jacob deGrom takes the mound tonight. First pitch is at 7:10. And down in Tampa, the New York team that's already clinched a playoff spot looks to bounce back from a 2-1 extra innings loss against the Rays last night. The Pinstripes will hope to produce some better offense after striking out 13 times against 9 different pitchers in Tuesday's matchup.
Toni, how do you see basketball season going this year?
Well, what's really interesting about this basketball team is that they don't have any seniors on this squad. Lots of new freshmen, and like I said earlier, they don't really know who's going to replace the point guard, Frank Howard, yet. So it's pretty much a new team. They got a little taste of how the team might play when they went overseas earlier this year, but I'm really excited to see what they have to do this season.
Thanks, Toni. And coming up, we'll have one last look at your weather. Stay with us.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
So Adam, I do have a presentation tomorrow morning. What should I wear?
What time?
It's at 11 o'clock.
So you're gonna be right in that rain window. Rain's gonna be coming in sometime between 9 and noon. So I would wear that raincoat. You can see best chance of rain just before 12 p.m., what you see right there. So you're not getting the best time there. And if we take one look at our, not 5-day, but 7-day forecast, that's exciting. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be seeing showers both days with highs of 81 and 74 respectively.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
So Adam, I know you said that it's supposed to rain tomorrow. When do you think we're going to start seeing those cooler temperatures? I know Syracuse obviously is going to start getting cold pretty quickly.
Within the next couple of weeks, you can expect temperatures to not hit that 80-degree mark anymore. I think next Tuesday might be the last 80-degree day that we see. But getting down into those 50s, 40s, that's going to take a couple more weeks, maybe even into November, December.
Wow. Well, I really, for one, hope that it stays warm just for a little bit longer.
I think we're all hoping that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all the time we have for you tonight. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at CitrusTV News and like us on Facebook. Also follow us on Instagram. I'm Amber McElrath.
And I'm Jenna Bree. Have a great night, Syracuse.